A very good afternoon, everyone. A warm welcome to today's session of Hello Kids webinar, part 3, session 3. Today we are here to discuss on a very important topic, that is the challenges and to solutions faced by the preschools during this COVID-19. So I welcome you all to today's session. I hope we will be giving some meaningful insights on the topic today with all my three friends from different branches of Hello Kids. They will be joining me here to discuss on the same. So I would like to welcome Nishu Jain from Bangalore, who runs 6 centers of Hello Kids, and she has a 10 years of experience with this preschool industry. So welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sunita ji. So, first of all, hi everyone, myself Nishu, and I would like to thank you, Preetham ji and Sunita ji, for this opportunity to share my experience about the challenges and their solutions for the preschool during the COVID-19. So, I would like to thank you, both of you.
I would like to welcome Pragati. She's having 7 years
Namaste.
association with Hello Kids. 7 years she's running a Hello Kids center very successfully. So welcome, Pragati.
Thank you, ma'am, and thank you for this opportunity. And as a parent, to share my experiences, the challenges, and the solution. And I hope to give you a good solution for all your problems during this COVID-19. Thank you, ma'am. Over to you.
I welcome Ekta. She's running 2 centers with 10 years of experience with Hello Kids. Welcome, Ekta, to the session, to the webinar.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Yeah, good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, Nishu, ma'am. Good afternoon, Pragati, ma'am, and everyone who is watching us live. Myself, Ekta. I'm running Hello Kids Champs from last 10 years. I will say this is 10 years is not experience, it's learning for me. And thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, all three of you, to join us together here with me. We want to discuss on different challenges we face from the beginning when this COVID-19 started, when we had shut down all our schools instantly during March 2nd week. Suddenly there was something like this which we have never thought of, we've never imagined something like this pandemic will be coming to our life. At that point of time, nobody was prepared, no one has planned anything, right? And something which has come and we had to shut down all our preschools. So I would like to discuss first from all three of you that what kind of challenges or issues, what was your state of mind at that point of time during March 2nd week when we shut down all our schools? So, Ekta, can you just give some limelight to these challenges, what you have faced at that time?
Yeah, sure, ma'am. Actually, when we came to know that we are going to shut down, we were shocked because it was uncertain. We didn't know what to do, how it will happen, and how to sustain. That is the biggest challenge for any preschool owner in this certain time. How to sustain, how to pay rents, how to pay salary, because we have to take care of our staff as well. It's not only about how you are going to continue or you are going to reopen. It's about how to sustain till the time you are going to reopen. Those were the challenges which we were facing that time. And after later we were facing how to go ahead, how not to stop learning, how to continue learning. That also it was a challenge for us. So these kind of challenge happened during that time. Later with the time we started facing that how to connect with kids. We wanted to connect with kids through hybrid learning, I will say, because we wanted to give them some time which they will see their friends, they will see the teacher through hybrid learning. So we were facing all the challenges during that time.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, over to ma'am.
Over to you, Nishu. what different kind of challenges you face during this time? Can you share with us?
Yes, like I'm totally agree with Ekta points and all. Even my views also are similar to Ekta. But with that, I want to add on something. Like, see, it's true. Like we were totally off. Like what we need to do, right? Because everything was stopped, everything was locked down. So we were like helpless. But and even when the academic session is going to start, right, because this was the situation where the 1920 was ending and the session 2020 was approaching us, right?
Yes,
So it was entirely a problem like what to do. But with the the support and all whatever the head office has given to us, like from you and from Pritam ji, whatever the support has been given by both of you was really wonderful. Like we were able to think, okay, how we can keep ourselves learning each and every day. And then when we start interacting with the kids, everything comes normal, right? So
yes.
I'm totally with the Ekta points and all. So like we can move on to Pragati now, so if
Yeah.
she is ready to share some
You
views.
had something, any different kind of challenges you faced? What was your state of mind at that point of time?
Yeah, the similarly what Ekta said, it was the same for me. We became all clueless as it was the end of the academic year, and we don't know what is the solution, what solution we are going to get. So we all were clueless, and at that time of period, you and Pritam ji came like a parent to us, and you guys have supported us like anything, and showed us the way to find the solution or what we can do. So I would really thank you people for guiding us so that we can guide our parents and our kids. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pragati. Thank you so much, Nishu and Ekta. These are the challenges. Like during March second week, we're about to end our session, right? Only 15 to 20 more days were left for session 1920. So luckily we were already finished all our curriculum. Almost all the branches had finished their annual days and sports days. But even I know some of my branch owners that had planned for their annual day. They have booked the venue and everything, and they were not able to do the annual day. It happened. That kind of challenges also faced by so many other preschool owners of Hello Kids, that they had planned for everything, but because of COVID, they were not able to. All the kids were prepared since last 2 months, 3 months for the annual day. They had given their best. The teachers had given so much of their effort to train those kids for the annual days. They were so much of excited to perform, but because of COVID-19, nothing could happen at that point of time. And what you say, like as a preschool management, it's about sustainability. Like the preschool owners were in a like verge of thinking that how to sustain, how to go about it now, what would be our next step. And as a brand representative, me and Preetham, we were having our own set of challenges at that point of time. But we had to support our franchise owners, we have to support the parents, we have to support the kids. So without wasting a single day, we started thinking of why, how to go about it, what would be our next step, what is the best solution, because everything was so uncertain. We were not aware for how long it will continue, right? Like it's a matter of 20 days, or it's a matter of 2 months, or it's a matter of 6 months. We were all, so much of unawareness was there on this regard. So now what I would like to discuss is, like, challenges were there in a different perspective. Like a preschool management perspective, we had different challenges. If you think of a teacher's perspective, then we were having different kind of challenges. And in a perspective of kids and parents, there is a complete different set of challenges and solutions. So I would like to discuss now on these three perspectives with all three of you, that what kind of different challenges we face and what kind of different solutions and how we reach to these solutions. So Ekta, I will start with you. Like how we,
Okay.
as a preschool management, what different kind of challenges you face, and what kind of different solutions and how you reach to these solutions. So if you give some focus on these points, it will be very insightful for all the audience who are watching us right now. So over to you, Ekta.
Oh, okay, Sunita ma'am. Thank you so much. See, first, as I told you, to sustain. So, first thing is that when the situation is so bad, you will be very negative. All the time, negative thoughts will come. So, first, be positive. When you be positive, positive things will happen. See, when we were uncertain, we didn't know what to do. That time, Preetam and sir and Sunita ma'am came into the picture, and they said how to connect with kids. They have given us idea. They have given us training. So we were little positive about it. So things which we got from head office, the support, the kind of training we are getting. So we were very happy to be positive and think that something good will definitely happen. Second thing, for this hybrid learning, to train teacher, that was also a challenge, because that was the first teacher were going to take hybrid classes. So for them also to train, Pritam sir came into the picture. He was the one who has given all the solution. So for that also the positivity was increasing day by day. If you ask me today, I am very much positive. See, we are waiting from government for the green signal when to open. As they will give us green signal, we are going to open the school. Will all the guidelines given by ECA? That is also we are preparing. Every day there's a preparation. Now, sir, and we all are preparing the timetable also for the hybrid learning, to train teacher, to handhold parents, because parents are very anxious. Because the first question comes in parents' mind, being a management, they will call us and they'll ask, my kid is not sitting while during this hybrid class. So what is the point to take hybrid class? First thing, do you really think that kids will sit in the class also during preschool? 60% kids will move around. They will not sit in one place, right? So when teacher will take this hybrid classes, let them move. They will keep talking to. It is a practice. Kids will quickly they'll adapt the new changes, right? So this kind of also, and we are planning to convert all the household things into a Montessori techniques toy, where they can use the household things into the Montessori things, because Montessori is an integral part of preschool curriculum. So for hybrid learning, we are planning that. So instead of sitting idly and thinking what is going to happen, just start preparing yourself for any situation. So that are the things which we are preparing. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Ekta. That's nice to hear from you, like different kind of challenges you face, and the major point here is to be positive.
Yeah.
If we go to a state of mind, negative state of mind, nothing will happen. We have to be first positive, then start thinking what could be done, the best possible solution for the same. So the very first day of lockdown, from the second day onwards, we started thinking of how we can go about it, like admissions, inquiries, new year, new sessions, preparations, and everything. That was not in our hand at that point of time. But what is the best we can do at that point of time is to reach to our students who need all our support at that point of time. That's what we came up with. Now we need to reach to our students with all our teachers whom they know very well, to their friends whom they used to play along, because kids are also now inside their house 24 bar 7 with their family members. So at that point of time, we thought that they need our support, and we cannot, like, growth is there for the kids, and you cannot leave kids without any learning. The learning is only about academic. We need to make them engage. That is the main idea behind whatever activities we have done in this lockdown period, is the engagement of the students, because we are very much clear that this activities is for their engagement, it's for their physical requirement, it's for their emotional requirement. So keeping all these things in mind, we have designed all our activities. And like for physical requirement, we have given some yoga, some sessions, some physical fitness sessions from different experts, so that kids have so much of energy. If they are not using those energies, then they cannot have a good sleep at night. So by keeping all those things in mind, and during COVID-19, what was the main, what came to our mind is building our immunity, building the kids' immunity. And for kids' immunity, we have to go for physical, what do you say, physical requirements, some physical exercises to be done. We have given so many different kind of activities for making lime juice, having, what do you say, your turmeric milk and all these things. So that also helps in immunity building. So by keeping all those things in mind, and thank you so much to all my branch representatives, branch owners, that they have given their best to attend all the trainings given by the head office. We used to meet every day, right, to discuss what is happening in different parts of India, what is the status, how we should go about it, how we can reach to parents, how we can train our teachers, how to bring all the teachers on board. So there were so many questions in our mind at that point of time. And by everybody's support, it cannot be done alone. As a management, Hello Kids head office, we were giving our own part. As preschool owners, we were doing your own part. And we, in 15 days of time, we brought all our teachers on board. So thank you so much for that. Now next we will go to Nishu to discuss what was the different challenges faced in the perspective of teachers. Over to you, Nishu, now.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Sunita ji, for this, question. And actually, I really want to share my experience being a teacher. Right? What are the challenges the teacher has really faced during the initial, when the lockdown started, when this COVID-19 has came in a picture. As we all know, being a teacher, we were well experienced with the classroom section, right? We were quite comfortable taking the classes in a classroom with that 10 to 12 kids, with that infra and all. And suddenly, due to the COVID-19, due to this hybrid classes and all, the teacher need to take care, as well as they need to deal with the kids and also with the parent. And I must say that is the most challenging for the teachers, right? Because till the time they are well experienced with the classroom sessions and all. So this is my first, point which I would like to highlight on the challenging for the teachers. Now coming to the second point, if I talk, like as we know, everything was, due to this pandemic, everything was stopped. So even for teachers, it was entirely new, like at home where kids are there, and with that husbands are working from home. And again, there are a lot of trainings and webinars from the management side. They need to prepare themselves for these classes, right? So this is also a second point where I really want to just convey a message to the parent. Keep parent, really the teachers, they need your support. And if I talk, it should be in a term of collaborations. We need your, the support from your side, because this is something new for everybody and it's really quite challenging for the teachers. And now coming to the third point, as see all the points are into the one point. We that as a teachers we were quite comfortable in taking the classroom sessions, right? So in that point again, as a teacher we are not that the technology baby. We need some time to be get acquainted with those app and all, to get ourselves prepared for those classes and all. So that will be like the third point which I want to highlight, and again to face the camera and to be always live, which generally it was in a classroom. So these are the challenges which being a teacher which I want to share. And now coming to the solution, first of all, again, I would like to very much thankful to the head office, to Mr. Pritam, to Mrs. Sunita for whatever training they have given to us. It was like the lockdown started, right? The COVID-19 part has started from the May 2nd week. So we were like, what to do? But the response from the head office, the way Pritam ji has, seen that vision of future, and they started giving those training to the teachers, to the management, was like a brainstorming session for all of us. So which has motivated the teachers to take those interactive sessions and to get acquainted for those things and all. And the most important, I like to thankful my teachers also, who has really supported me. Madam, we will try and we will do. You just let us know how we can go ahead with the situations and all. They were totally blank. Every day we used to get a call, madam, what about future session, what about the future classes and all, how we are going to take the classes and all. But I told, hold on, let me see. I only need the support from you. But really, I will be thankful to the teachers, my team who has really supported. They listen all the trainings, they have attended those webinars, and now they are able to interact with the kids. So this is my solutions towards the challenges whatever the teachers has faced, and I really would to like thankful to them. And again, adapting the new approaches towards the education for the teachers is not that easy. They need some time. So it will be my request right now, whoever as a parent, if you're watching, or as a management, or as a brand, as we all are watching right now, this is my request to everybody: give us some time. Don't judge right now from the teachers. You can do the best from the day one. Just give them some time. So this will be my ending my things, and I will over now to you, Sunita ma'am.
Well said, Nishu. Like the
Yeah.
last point which you mentioned, that they need to try.
Yes.
Nothing can be 100% correct or perfect on the very first day. Everything takes time. Even the teachers will take some time. Even the kids will take some time. The parents will take time. As a management, we also need time. But with time will be a practice. Because at this
Yes.
point of time, this is the best solution which we can provide, because everything is uncertain. So we have to adapt these changes. The world is changing, and so how we have to change, we have to adapt the new changes. And how, so thank you so much to all our teachers, that they have came forward and they try to learn whatever trainings were given from the head office side. Then you people had taken your internal trainings, made them ready for do the virtual sessions, because they are not so experienced with the camera. They are
Right.
not having any experience to face all these 10, 12 kids. Yeah, obviously they were handling all their 10, 12, 15 kids inside the classroom. But what about facing those 10 to 15 parents now? That is not their comfortable zone. But yes, they have come with their 100% energy. They have given their best, and they had carried out all our activities so nicely. Thank you so much to all my teachers, to all my branch owners. Now we'll go back. Now, last but not the least, the kids, the students, the little tiny students, the young minds, for whom we are responsible for their beautiful future. They would be the responsible citizens of India in their future. So that is the, like, the kids and students, and along with them the parents. What kind of challenges you think, Pragati, they have faced at this period of time, in this tough time? Pragati.
Thank you for that question. And this is the question I'm very sure all the viewers, the parents, so those who are watching us, it's been going on in their mind constantly. So I'm representing from their point of view. The first thing, their whole life went upside down, which was a sudden change. They never expected, right? So they became clueless what to do. The second thing was a routine. So whole routine was changed, right? So what time, what they were doing, getting up, sleeping, eating, whole routine got disturbed. Now when the routine got disturbed, it affected their health issue. Like the kids, as they do not have much physical exercises, they were locked down in their own houses, so they have a high mental challenges, so which leads to the behavior issues of the kids. And of course, if the kids are not behaving good and they have some problems, so definitely even though parents are being troubled for the same. So from one point it end to the parents. So in this whole chain, from the kids, teachers and everybody was disturbed. And in all the scenario, the collaboration with the teachers and the parents was very, very, very important. Like many schools, they were trying to engage the kids, where our teacher came into the picture, and they did really commendable job, and they were awesome working with everybody, which really teaches a very good lesson ki all, if we all are together, we can overcome any of the problems in our life. So this was the thing. Then the second challenge for the working parents was, as they were working and they had to take care of their kids also. So they had to do now multitasking, which was very difficult, like, and especially for the females, like, so they had to do all house chores activities, they had to cook, they had to take care of the kids. So their challenges were more. So these are all challenges which I came across where the parents were struggling. Many parents don't have extra gadget, like, for the kids. So this was the challenges what they faced. So the solution, now nobody have a solution to this all COVID-19. The scientists itself, they are being finding the solution. But yeah, we do have some precautions which we can definitely take during this whole pandemic. Now, what is I'm very sure all the viewers must be excited what the solution this lady is going to give. So yes, the solution is, we cannot change the situation, but we can definitely change our perspective towards seeing the situation. Now, how that will happen, I would like to explain this small with a small example. Everybody is aware of Japan country, and we see a lot of earthquakes coming in Japan. Now, this is a natural disaster happening in Japan day to day. So people living in Japan had adapted themselves to the situation. Now, what did they do to cope up with the problems? So they have installed, and they have an app in their mobile which alert them if the earthquake is going to come. The same thing we have over here, like Arogya Setu app, so which help us to get alert with this COVID situation to deal with. The second thing is they have building resistance, with earthquake and all, right? The same thing we had to get adapted to the situation, and we had to work a lot with the immunity building. We had to concentrate more on immunity. Now, how we do that? So we do that with a lot of exercises and lot of yoga. And if a parent plays a very important role to make their kid understand. So because kids see their parent as a hero, right? So whatever the parents are doing, the kids are following them. They are the mirror of the parents. So this is how. And the Japan people, they had to come up with a very, very nice activity, like they say a drill earthquake activity. So in that, they do whether they have monthly exercise, like monthly there is a siren, and they all practice. If the earthquake, they all pretend that if earthquake come, what they are supposed to do, right? So the same way, if like as a parent, we should be teaching our kids, if we go out, we had to wear the mask. We had at home, we had to make them habitual of taking care of their hygiene, like washing the hands number of time, eating right, doing right exercises. And believe me, parent is the role model, right? Whatever if you had to teach your kid, first you had to do that. So this is how a parent can help their kid to cope up with this pandemic. So over to you, Beth.
Thank you so much, Pragati, to give some insights into this. So, according to my views, too, the most affected people from this pandemic are these small kids. They were never inside the house 24/7. They cannot go to park. They can't go to any mall. They can't go to any for any cycling or swimming. They need to stay inside the house with 1 day, 2 days, or 3 days. It's increasing. The days were increasing day by day. And that point of time, it was very difficult for the parents also, how you mentioned, Pragati, that the parent has to take care of the household chores, plus they have to take care of the kids, plus the working parents has to take care of their office work. At that point of time, we also needed the best support from the parents. Parents are the only, what do you say, like they are the person who can support the students even to us, because for these tiny kids we need support from parents. You cannot ask only the kids to take the virtual classes. The parents has to sit near to them to guide them for all the classes. Whatever the teachers are doing their best, they are giving all their effort to make the session very interactive. And the station, the what do you say, the screen time, what earlier it used to be for games or for any videos, any random videos, that is now converted into a screen time for the students, where they can meet their teacher, where they can meet with their friends. Obviously, any screen time or any virtual classes cannot replace the physical classes, but yes, at least they are able to meet with their friends. They know that this is my comfort zone. They are able to see some more people to whom they have interacted throughout the year. So these are the best, like the challenges what they were facing is making them engaged from the parent side also. And to the two solutions to this, we tried to come up with different kind of activities. Now we are ready with our preschool 3.0. That is from June, in almost every part of India, the new sessions will be starting. And we don't know till how long this will continue. So we are here. We are almost ready with preschool 3.0, where there is a specially designed curriculum with all the academic requirement of the students. In preschool 2.0, we have given more of life skills activity. We have given like what do you say, like the kids has given a life skills activity where it will help them throughout their life. They'll continue all this, like helping their parents in home course, or spending time with their family, spending time with their grandparents, because that is the emotional connect. Now we cannot make any emotional connect directly with friends or teachers physically. So what kind of emotional requirement we can give to the kids right now? That is the emotionally bonding between the family members more. The activities were like that, they can spend more time with their family, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So we are here, the 3.0 is ready with all the academic requirement along with all the life skills, and with the activities are prepared, keeping in mind that we are able to do all the activities with the minimum resources available at home. Because the initial time also, this was a challenge to all the parents, that the resources available was very minimum. You cannot ask parents to bring that, bring this, and do this activity. So these all these things are also kept in mind while designing the curriculum. And now we are following ECA. We are waiting for their guidelines. We are keeping a close eye on WHO. We are keeping a close eye on the whole industry all over the world, what is happening in preschool industry, how we should go about it, and the preschool 4.0. That is, what all precautions and what all steps we need to take when the schools will be reopening after COVID-19. So for that, we'll be waiting for the government's rules and regulations also, and we will all go according to that. Until that time, I urge to all the parents, I urge to all the branch owners, to all the teachers, let's do all our best to give the best possible education to all these young minds, because they are growing. Because of this pandemic, we cannot stop their learning. They are growing, their brain is ready to take new inputs. So we have to give them a new input. Our curriculum is structured, our curriculum is age appropriate. We have to understand that. Yeah, and parents can also teach them ABCD or 1, 2, 3 at home. But what is the structured way? That is specially designed keeping in mind all those things. By following all the trends in the industry, we have come up with all these basic curriculum for the students so that they'll be engaged throughout the months, they'll be engaged throughout the day with their activity. The parents had a clear idea that what to be done with the students throughout the day, what the topic they need to discuss with their child, what the different kind of activity they can do today. So that all things has been given from our side, and we wish that everybody will be adapting to these new changes. Now, anyone wants to add something on this?
Um,
Like, yeah,
Yeah, I
Yada?
want to add something, ma'am. Yeah,
Yeah,
ma'am, there's a
tell me.
saying, things can't be cured, must be endured. So let's endure the situation.
Yes.
And one more term which I have learned yesterday, that it's not a social distancing,
Yeah.
it's a physical distancing. Socially, we are connected.
right.
So let's make it physical
Definitely.
distancing rather
Well,
than social distancing.
Yes. Even I want to say something.
yeah, Nishu, tell me.
Yeah, as we all are live, right? So I just want to convey message to parent, teachers, and the kids, all of them, right?
Yeah.
Parents, I want to tell
Mhm.
parents, I just want to convey the message that we need your support because without you,
Yeah.
it's not possible to carry the education. Right now, we can't think, how earlier we used to send the kids for 2.5 hours or 3 hours, the school used to take care. If you think right now, also the same thing has to be done, it's not possible now. Being a parent, now you have to support your kids in terms of education. Right, and now coming to the teachers, I really want to convey the message: be confident, we can do it. So don't worry, we will do it. Fine. And coming next to the kids, I'm really thankful to all my kids who has supported a lot. You don't believe, like, whatever the months, April and May, we have done the interactive station with the kids. Kids were so much having fun, and they were just waiting for the day to come when the teacher will come, when we are going to meet the friend. So this is what I want to convey to all. It's a parent, teacher, and kids. We will do it, and we can do it. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you
we
so
all
much,
need the
Nishu.
support.
Positive lines.
Yeah.
Pragati?
I want to add something, like it's for the teachers, for the parents, and for everyone, that we all had to be supportive. As for supportive, we had to be optimistic. O for optimistic, and we had to L is for we should be able to learn to unlearn and relearn. And U is for we had to keep a good understanding between whole chain. And T we should be talented to come out with some new ideas. I is for imaginative. We had to be innovative, we had to be imaginative to find some good solution with this COVID-19. O, we should be outstanding. And N, we should be neotary, with new technology and new ideas. So that is my definition of solution. And I would add one more thing. Uh, when a photographer can't change the scene, he changes the angle and lens to capture the best picture or best scene. Similarly, when you cannot change the situation in your life, we had to change our perspective and our mindset to get the best of it. So, this is what my message to all the parents and kids and teachers and owners and whoever watching us. And thank you, each and every person, for giving their best. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so
Sunita,
much,
ma'am, I
Pragati.
just want to add one thing.
Yeah, tell me.
Because my topic was only perspective of a preschool owner. So I just want to say about my teachers and my parents. My teachers supported us so much during this time, like Nishu ma'am said and Pragati ma'am said. Same thing. uncertain situation, they have come up with a different idea how to engage kids when kids were not showing that much interest. They have changed activity during the time only. During online session only, they used to change. And my parents also, they supported so much. Thank you so much, all the parents and all the teachers of Hello Kids Champs.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That's what we are very, very much thankful to all the parents, especially. We have received thousands of pictures, thousands of videos from parents of different activities. Even we are not able to upload everything on our Facebook pages. All the kids are participating so nicely. Sometimes some kids are wearing Hello Kids uniform and doing some activities. It's so much of fun of noticing all these things, that parents how much they are getting involved along with the kids, right? Kids cannot do everything, anything alone. They need parent support. So thank you so much to all the parents, all the teachers for this Preschool 2.0 which we have done in the month of April and May. And we are expecting the same kind of support from you all for the next level, that is Preschool 3.0, with all the academic requirement of the students. As we all know that 0 to 6 years, the most brain develop 90% of the brain development happen at this point of time. That is a 0 to 6 years of any child's life. We cannot ignore this time. We can't afford a month, 2 months, 6 months time without any learning. So we can't stop learning because of any pandemic. That is what our motto is. We need to carry on. The show must go on. We need to continue with all our learnings. Obviously, we also need to work very hard on developing different kind of curriculum which suits to this virtual learning. On a day-to-day basis, we are giving our best. We are working very hard in developing these activities, and we are also expecting the same kind of support from you all, from the parents, from the teachers, from the branch owners, to make this very, very, very successful, so that when we are back to school, there is no gap. We all are socially interacted. I think Ekta had mentioned this. This is not social distancing. This is physical distancing. We are removing this social distancing by doing all this virtual learning. We are meeting with each other in everyday basis. The kids, he or she is meeting with his or her teacher and friends in everyday basis. So that's what I want to finish the session with this, that we are working on this and we want the same kind of support from everyone. Thank you so much. And now, if any queries are there from audience side, we would like to take any queries from the audience side. So let me check the comments. It's very nice to see so many comments from the teachers of different branches. Any queries, audience? Any queries you can post in the comment section so that we can answer those queries. People are asking of what is Preschool 4.0? That is, we are simultaneously working on Preschool 4.0. That is how we go about opening our preschools after COVID-19. What are the rules, regulations, precautions we need to take before starting our preschool after COVID-19? What kind of sanitization we need to do? What kind of support system we need to keep? What kind of precautions we need to take? And for that, we are closely monitoring all the bodies so that they'll be coming up with the regulations which we'll be following 100% before starting all our schools. So that is Preschool 4.0. So I hope we had try to cover each and every perspective of challenges and solutions from parents, from school management, from teachers, from students. As a branch owner, also we have all our set of challenges. So we have discussed everything and we are trying our best to come up with the solutions at this situation because every day it's changing. The solutions are also changing day by day. You can't stick to one solution for a long time. It may change at any point of time. So there is a question from Rakta Rani. Any dates as when will the physical classes start for kids? Anybody is having any idea on this? I don't think so. Anybody can
Ma'am,
say
I
now
want to.
when classes will be starting. Yes? Pragati, you want to say something?
Yeah,
Ekta?
yeah, ma'am, I would like to answer this and say when the parents are mentally ready to send their kids, we are also ready to take them.
Till the time people are not feeling completely 100% safe, nobody is going to send this question. And even we are not going to take any risk till the time the situation is under control. So we will be waiting for the government to give their notifications on their regulations, what need to be done. Somebody from Australia is saying hello to us. Visham,
Hello.
somebody from
From
Bhutan.
Bhutan. Hi.
Also.
Hello.
So,
Hi.
so much
Hello,
for
everyone.
watching to
So
us.
we have an international public now.
Yeah,
Audience.
kind of activities and the kind of steps we are taking now, we are watched everywhere. Thank you so much for listening to us, audience. Any more queries you can leave in the
Thank you, Priya ma'am.
yeah.
Yeah, big
She's
thank
always
you.
there to motivate everyone. Priya Shinoy, she's always there to motivate
Yeah.
people. She listens to all the webinars. Thank you so much,
Yes.
Priya. Thank you so much. Any more queries you can leave in the comment section. We will try our best to come up with some answers to those queries. We'll try to reach you. Thank you so much, Pragati. Thank you so much, Ekta.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
ma'am.
Nishu, for
Thank you,
sharing
Thank you
ma'am.
so
all,
much, Sunita ji.
It
all
was
your
wonderful
experience.
session with you.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you so much.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
ma'am.
Thank you, everybody.